Welcome back to the Prophetic Mile Patreon channel. This is for my VIPs. What you see in front of me are some dehydrated food items that I have in my food storage. It's not all, it's just some. Okay, it was just too much difficult. It was just too difficult for me to bring them all from my garage in here. So I just picked out some of them. We have, begin with some Thrive, which is some ice cream sandwiches. These are freeze dried. I read the reviews that are very good, and the brand is called Self-Reliance Thrive. We have some butter, which is, you add a little water, it's butter powder. You add a little water and then you'll get a consistency like a butter spread, or you could just put it in recipes that call for butter. We have a taco flavored vegetarian meat substitute. This is pretty good. I had this before. They had sent me like a small sample and it's good. It's kind of remind you of the meat that goes in like Taco Bell. It's like that. So this would be good if you're trying to make like any kind of Mexican dish. I would say this would be a good substitute for that. Here is some freeze-dried sausage crumbles, and this is good for not only omelets, but also if you want to bake a pizza. As you see, there's a pizza on that, and that's one of John's favorite foods. This is a cheese blend. So this is like that cheese that you put like in mac and cheese. So I think it said you can add water to it, or it have the directions on it. But that's what when I bought it, I remember thinking of, like something for like mac and cheese, that type of cheese that goes into that. Yeah, so it's powdered. Yep, mac and cheese, hot cheese dip. They say you can make a hot cheese dip, have recipes up here, I'm sorry, and things like that. Okay, this is a vegetable stew mix. I've been using this. I made some soup the other day. These are number 10 cans, and this brand is called Augustin Farms. Okay, so the cheese blend is also Augustin Farms, and yeah, and the vegetable stew blend is Augustin Farms. You just look them up online, Augustin Farms. We're rotating and moving along. The next item is, this is a dehydrated potato dices. And I do have a dehydrator, and I have dehydrated some things, but not a lot. And the things that I did dehydrate, I already ate those things. But I will be getting my dehydrator when I go back to get some things I have out in a storage. Because I have another storage, I have to get some things and bring here. This is some chicken. I read that this is really good. You could put this chicken, make a chicken. It's a chopped chicken. Here they say you can put it in for meat and beans. So I guess you can, make any type of dish that you need chicken in. You can use this for, just rehydrate it because it's freeze dried. It's very good. I read all the reviews on everything that I purchased. And the country fresh instant non-fat dry milk. So this is good too, because when you run out of milk, I was just telling John, I said we have some milk. We have another two cans too. One can I already opened, and I told him I can go ahead and make some milk. He was like, no, we're gonna go to the store on Wednesday, which it will be 2 weeks tomorrow that we haven't been to the grocery store. So this time when we go back, we're gonna make it last. We're gonna try to grocery shop for at least 3 weeks to a month, so we had to go back, because what I'm reading in the news or what I'm seeing on the media is that some places are thinking about reopening, but a lot of places have reached their peak, but a lot of places have not reached their peak. As a matter of fact, I was just listening to the news earlier, and Texas was saying they was just seeing their ICU increase as far as like admittance. And so they said their peak is like 2 weeks away. And not only that, I know what the Spirit told me, and I posted something earlier. Smithfield, I'm from Virginia. Smithfield, Virginia is not that far from me. There's another Smithfield plant that's in Smithfield, Virginia. That's a pork plant, and some of the best hams in the world come from Smithfield. And you just saw earlier today that that pork plant is closing because a lot of the employees tested positive for the coronavirus. But also I heard that another Smithfield plant was sold to China for $4 billion. But Smithfield is a very big producer of pork, and for them to say that it's a meat shortage, a meat shortage coming, it's probably because you got chicken plants. Also that's probably having that same problem. But a lot of places are not going to report the problem that they're having because they don't want to, have any problems with business. But definitely, not only that, it's just things that I saw, and then also, what I'm reading. The economy is not going to just bounce back just like that, and I do believe there's going to be a second wave of this coronavirus. I'm not a prophet of doom. I'm just telling it the way I see it. And my husband was saying, well, this what we have in front of us. He was like, May, just wait, until we get to the point where it's really, really bad. As long as the stores are opening, he was saying, and we can go in there, every 3 weeks, a couple of, 2 to 3 weeks. Let's do that until it gets to the point where, like they say, no more food, available right now. It's a shortage. They're already limiting, like how much you can buy. Okay, so I don't think it's going to ever be a point where they say no more food. I think it's going to be so expensive that, it's going to be hard to get those things. And also, there are some things that's going to be, in short supply. It's going to be very hard to get. And this is something that I purchased too. This is called beef chunks. This is a good beef that you can make like beef stew. So I would combine like the stew blend and put that beef in there. See, and that would be like a good beef stew. So this is just some items. I hope that you all get the names, which is Augustin Farms, and then Self-Reliance Thrive. And just, pray about it and research for yourself and just be wise, because I know what I saw. I prepared my family and myself for this pandemic, but I wish I could say this is it, but it's not. We will get a break. God will have grace and mercy on us. And when that break comes, I already was talking to my sister. I said, I'm getting ready to get me one of them deep freezers. I'm going to buy me a whole cow and a whole pig, and then, just put all that meat into that freezer. Because I do believe, and seeing the post I saw today, it's like, that's how God showed me confirmation, like, okay, you're thinking, I'm showing you right. I don't doubt when I hear God, but also he gives me confirmation, because a lot of times when you step out and you say things like this, people get angry because they don't want to receive it. But we are dealing with a pandemic, and nobody saw this coming. Well, a lot of prophets did, but people was like, like turning their head at them. I know I had videos out, and, a lot of things. I have videos out on my other YouTube channel, which I probably will be sharing those videos. But you get a lot of, people being nasty to you, and, stigmatism and things like that, because, they think you far out there. But now I know they remember, she wasn't. But anyways, I just wanted to share with you all, and I hope this help you all. And thank you for being a Patreon supporter. May God bless you, and may heaven shine upon you.